What does it take for a young royal to capture the world's attention without relying on controversy, social media stunts, or sensational headlines? In an era where every public figure is expected to constantly stay in the spotlight, Princess Leonor has taken a completely different path. And surprisingly, that quiet approach is exactly why she's making global headlines. Across Europe and beyond, newspapers, television networks, and royal commentators are closely following every step of Spain's future queen. Whether she's completing military training, attending official ceremonies, representing the Spanish crown abroad, or delivering carefully prepared speeches, one thing has become increasingly clear: Princess Leonor is no longer simply preparing for the future, she is already becoming one of the most influential young royals in the world. But how did she reach this point? Why has international interest grown so dramatically? And what makes her rise different from that of other royal heirs? Let's explore the remarkable journey behind Princess Leonor's stunning rise. When Leonor was born in 2005, few could have predicted the enormous expectations that would eventually rest on her shoulders. As the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she was destined to become Spain's future monarch. Unlike previous generations of royal heirs, however, Leonor has grown up in an age where every appearance is photographed, every speech is analyzed, and every decision quickly becomes international news. Her parents understood these challenges from the very beginning. Rather than surrounding their daughter with constant royal ceremonies, King Felipe and Queen Letizia focused on providing a balanced upbringing. Leonor attended school, studied multiple languages, and experienced many aspects of everyday life while gradually learning the responsibilities of the crown. This careful preparation would prove to be one of the defining features of her journey. Everything changed in 2014. King Juan Carlos I abdicated the throne, and Felipe VI became king. Overnight, Leonor officially became the Princess of Asturias and first in line to the Spanish throne. Although she was still only a child, public expectations immediately increased. Every appearance became significant. Every speech attracted attention. Royal experts began carefully observing how the young princess handled her growing responsibilities. One of the earliest signs of her maturity appeared during public ceremonies. Despite her age, Leonor consistently displayed confidence, patience, and composure. She listened attentively. She greeted officials respectfully. She carried herself with a calm presence that impressed both supporters and critics. Many observers noted that these qualities couldn't simply be taught overnight. They reflected years of careful preparation. As Leonor grew older, her education became another major focus of international attention. Instead of remaining exclusively within Spain's royal environment, she enrolled at UWC Atlantic College in Wales. The prestigious international boarding school attracts students from around the globe and emphasizes leadership, cultural understanding, environmental awareness, and community service. Living alongside classmates from dozens of different countries exposed Leonor to perspectives far beyond the royal palace. She participated in group projects, discussions, and daily routines just like every other student. For many royal commentators, this experience represented a modern approach to preparing a future monarch. Rather than relying solely on tradition, Leonor gained first-hand experience in an international community where cooperation and understanding were essential. After graduating, another chapter of her journey captured worldwide attention. Military training. Spain's royal tradition requires future monarchs to receive military education. King Felipe completed training with all three branches of the armed forces, and Leonor chose to follow that same path. In 2023, she entered the General Military Academy in Zaragoza. International media quickly focused on her arrival. Photographs showed Leonor wearing the standard cadet uniform, carrying equipment, and participating in demanding physical exercises. There were no special privileges visible. She followed academy rules alongside her fellow cadets. Military instructors expected discipline, teamwork, resilience, and commitment from every participant. Leonor appeared determined to meet those expectations. These images spread across newspapers and television broadcasts around the world. People who had rarely followed the Spanish monarchy suddenly became interested. Many admired her willingness to undertake challenging training instead of limiting herself to ceremonial duties. Others viewed her military education as an important symbol of constitutional responsibility. Under Spain's constitution, the monarch serves as the symbolic commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Completing military education demonstrates respect for that role. Observers noted that Leonor approached the experience with seriousness rather than treating it as a publicity opportunity. That distinction mattered. Today's media environment often rewards dramatic moments. Leonor, however, continued building her reputation through consistency. Another reason for her growing international recognition lies in her communication style. Unlike many public figures, she rarely seeks attention through frequent interviews or social media. Instead, her carefully prepared speeches have become defining moments. One particularly significant occasion came on her 18th birthday. Upon reaching adulthood, Leonor swore allegiance to the Spanish Constitution before Parliament. The ceremony carried enormous constitutional importance. It marked her transition into a more active role within Spain's democratic institutions. Standing before lawmakers, Leonor pledged loyalty to the Constitution and expressed her commitment to serving the Spanish people. The speech received widespread praise for its confidence, clarity, and sense of responsibility. International news organizations highlighted the event as a milestone not only for Leonor but also for the future of the Spanish monarchy. Her calm delivery and thoughtful words reinforced the image she had spent years building. Responsibility before popularity, duty before personal attention. These themes increasingly define public perception of Princess Leonor. Another factor contributing to her rise is the contrast between her public image and the challenges faced by many modern monarchies. Across Europe, royal institutions continue adapting to changing public expectations. Transparency, accountability, and relevance have become more important than ever. Future monarchs must demonstrate not only tradition but also competence. Leonor appears well aware of these expectations. Rather than attempting to become a celebrity, she focuses on preparation. Her international education, military experience, constitutional knowledge, and growing diplomatic responsibilities together create an image of readiness. Royal analysts often compare her with other young European heirs. While every royal family follows its own traditions, Leonor increasingly stands out for the structured path she is following toward future leadership. Her multilingual abilities also strengthen her international profile. As Spain's future head of state, communicating effectively with foreign leaders will be essential. Education has clearly played an important role in preparing her for that responsibility. International visits have further expanded her reputation. Whenever Leonor represents Spain abroad or participates in official ceremonies, foreign media closely examine her conduct. Reports frequently describe her professionalism, confidence, and careful attention to protocol. These qualities may seem ordinary, but they contribute significantly to diplomatic success. Every handshake, every speech, every meeting, each represents Spain on the international stage. Another remarkable aspect of Leonor's rise is the patience with which her parents have introduced her to public life. King Felipe and Queen Letizia have avoided rushing her development. Instead, responsibilities have increased gradually over time. Each new engagement builds upon previous experience. This long-term strategy allows Leonor to grow naturally into her constitutional role while maintaining credibility. Public opinion has responded positively. Although debates surrounding Spain's monarchy continue, many citizens acknowledge Leonor's dedication and preparation. Even some critics of the institution recognize the seriousness with which she approaches her future responsibilities. This growing respect extends beyond Spain. International newspapers regularly feature Leonor in articles about the next generation of European monarchs. Television documentaries examine her education. Royal commentators analyze her speeches. Military experts discuss the symbolism of her training. Diplomats observe her growing confidence during official engagements. Step by step, Leonor's profile continues expanding. Yet perhaps the most impressive part of her rise is what she chooses not to do. She avoids unnecessary controversy. She rarely becomes involved in political discussions. She maintains a careful balance between visibility and privacy. That discipline allows public attention to remain focused on her official role rather than personal distractions. In today's fast-moving media landscape, this approach is increasingly unusual. Ironically, it may also explain why she continues making headlines. People have become interested precisely because she represents stability in an unpredictable world. For many observers, Leonor symbolizes continuity. She connects Spain's long royal tradition with the expectations of a modern democratic society. That balance will likely define her future reign whenever the time comes. Of course, enormous challenges remain ahead. Public expectations will continue evolving. Spain itself will continue changing. International events will present new responsibilities. Eventually, Leonor will inherit one of Europe's oldest monarchies. Preparing for that moment requires years of experience. Fortunately, that preparation appears well underway. Every speech strengthens her confidence. Every official visit expands her diplomatic experience. Every stage of military training develops leadership skills. Every public engagement reinforces her understanding of service. Rather than rushing toward the throne, Leonor is steadily building the foundation necessary for future leadership. That may be the true reason behind her stunning rise. It isn't based on celebrity. It isn't driven by scandal. It isn't fueled by constant publicity. Instead, it has been built through education, discipline, preparation, and consistent public service. Those qualities may not always generate dramatic headlines overnight. But over time, they build something much more valuable: trust, respect, credibility. As the world watches Spain's future queen continue her journey, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Princess Leonor's rise is more than a royal success story. It represents the emergence of a new generation of leadership, one that values preparation over popularity, service over spectacle, and responsibility over personal fame. Whether you're a devoted royal follower or simply curious about Europe's future leaders, Princess Leonor's remarkable journey is one worth watching. Because if recent global headlines are any indication, this is only the beginning of a story that could shape the Spanish monarchy for decades to come.